evolve, unite, and create awareness on the contribution, the needs, and the rights of persons with disability. A celebration like this empowers and allows them to be recognized, acknowledged, and most importantly, to help create, to build a change, and to build a stronger community and a society at large. Ladies and gentlemen, we are in the presence of our chief guest, Shri Paul Lingdor, Honorable Minister in charge of Social Welfare, Department of Meghalaya. Our guest, Shri Pravin Bakshi, IAS Commissioner and Secretary, Social Welfare Department, Government of Meghalaya. We are also in the presence of Srimati S.B. Marak, MCS Commissioner for Persons with Disabilities, Dr. N.P. Lalu, MS Ortho, Project Director and State Coordinator, State Resource Center on Disability Affairs, Civil Hospital, Shillong. We also have here Shri DCM Planning Officer, SRCDA, the staffs of SRCDA, our invitees, our attendees, and especially our dear children. So let's begin the celebration, this inaugural function of the World Disability Day today. To officially welcome you all to this auspicious celebration, I request Dr. N.P. Lalu, MS Ortho Project Director, State Coordinator, SRCDA, to kindly come to the dais, sir, and please deliver your welcome speech.
Good morning, everyone. On this auspicious International Day of Persons with Disabilities 2023, it is my privilege to stand before you here to welcome the chief guest of today's function, Shri Paul Lingdor, the Honorable Minister in charge of Social Welfare, Government of Meghalaya. Welcome, sir. In spite of your busy schedule, you have made it on this special day to be with us all. I also would like to welcome Shri Pravin Bakshi, IAS Commissioner, Social Welfare Department, Government of Meghalaya. I welcome Srimati S.B. Marak, MCS, the Commissioner for Persons with Disabilities, Government of Meghalaya. I also would like to welcome Srimati Sikha Kumar, IAS Secretary, Home and Civil Defense, our former Commissioner for Persons with Disabilities. I also would like to welcome all the dignitaries from the Health Departments and Social Welfare and other various departments of the Government of Meghalaya and NIC. A special welcome to all the awardees. A welcome to Shri S.K. Seal, the consultant for SRCDA. A special welcome to the special invitees, the NGOs, the parents of Association for Disabilities and Special Schools. Welcome to all the school, colleges and universities students. Welcome to the print and media. And last of all, welcome to all our special children and persons with disabilities. In case if I forget anyone, excuse me, all are welcome. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Dr. N.P. Lalu, for your kind welcome address and everyone's presence here in this auspicious ceremony or the celebration of the World Disability Day. And in today's function, to appreciate the presence of our esteemed guest, our chief guest, Shri Paul Lingdor, and also Sir Bakshi for your kind presence. As a gesture of appreciation, we shall now felicitate our chief guest and also our special guest, Pravin Bakshi. Gesture of appreciation to our chief guest, Shri Paul Lingdor. And I also request Madam S.B. Marak, MCS Commissioner for Persons with Disabilities, Government of Meghalaya, to kindly grace Shri Paul Lingdor, our Honorable Minister, with his shawl. hands together as our dear Sapibansa Morgan is presenting a gift for our chief guest. Thank you so much, Sapibansa. Thank you so much, Madam S.V. Marak. We shall now felicitate our guest, Praveen Bakshi, IAS Commissioner and Secretary, Social Welfare Department, Government of Meghalaya. And to do the honor, I request Raymond Harmoplam from Asha School to kindly present a sweet gesture to Shri Praveen Bakshi. Sir SKC has done the honor of gracing our guest, Shri Praveen Bakshi, IAS Commissioner and Secretary, Social Welfare Department, Government of Meghalaya, and the gift was presented by Raymond Harmoplam. Thank you so much, sir. Harmoplam. The gift to Madam C.D. Lingwa, MCS Director of Social Welfare. Please put your hands together. Thank you so much, Ms. Joyful Rindathia.
A very good morning to everyone for today's program. Shri Paul Lindo, Honorable Minister, Social Welfare, Commissioner Secretary Sir Praveen Bakshi, Secretary for Civil Defence, Madam C. Karpangor, Director for Social Welfare Department, Madam Doreen Lingwa, all other government officials present here, the NGOs, the students, the teachers who have gathered here to celebrate this International Day for Persons with Disabilities. The global celebration of the International Day for Persons with Disabilities provides us a day for us, the government, the communities, organizations, where we come together to raise awareness on the challenges, have discussions on the issues relating to disability, at the same time have a celebration on the accomplishments and contributions and promote inclusivity. This day brings an air of festivity too, celebrating the abilities, fostering empathy and understanding amongst everyone as we come together to support and work to make the rights a reality, ensuring the full participation of persons with disabilities in all aspects of the society. For this year, with the theme, United in Action to Rescue and Achieve the SDGs with and by the persons with disabilities. The theme on this is adopted by the United Nations member states since 2015. It has 17 goals that the nation seeks to achieve by 2030 in order to make the world a better and more equitable place for all. It is essential that persons with disabilities too participate in this effort and have a role in its achievement. It aims to work towards create equal opportunities for persons with disabilities through the implementation of the 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development to leave no one behind. It is a fact that persons with disabilities do face barriers of different kinds, be it a physical barrier, data communication barrier, financial barriers, and most of all, the attitudinal barriers, which prevents them from making a full participation in the society. It is crucial for all of us, the public, the private sectors, to collaboratively find innovative solutions for the disabled persons to address these barriers and to make the world more accessible and an equitable place. On breaking physical barriers, I would like to highlight what the state of Meghalaya has so far achieved. The state government has, under AIC1, taken up 24 buildings to bring in accessibility where ramps, lifts, disabled-friendly toilets, parking, pathways, etc., which are funded by the Ministry of Social Justice and Empowerment. Likewise, the state under AIC2 has provided for the three departments, that is for education, agriculture, and the police department, for 5 accessible police stations under AIC2. For the preparation of the AIC, 3 estimates are still underway for 61 government buildings. The government websites are also made accessible for 35 departments through the independent agency, the EarnIt, and 50 other government websites through NIC. Recently, the state has also constituted a state consultative committee to monitor the issues on accessibility on transportations. The Urban Affairs Department has been entrusted to prepare the plans and projects on the same. While mentioning these few achievements, I would like to take the opportunity to also make an announcement on the recent award on the Meghalaya Signbank app at the 8th E-Northeast Digital Award organized in Guwahati in the category of education and learning. A big achievement, the hearing impaired community, through their sincere and continuous effort, have immensely contributed in this achievement. The pandemic COVID even could not stop them in their efforts to reach to 6,000 plus words and videos with 60 categories of words. Thank you to the state government also for the continued support to this noble effort, benefiting not only the hearing impaired but all other sections of the society. This app has become a referral dictionary for everyone for easier communication. The activity throughout the day after the inaugural program promises to give us the experience of inclusiveness, learning, awareness, celebration through fun, music, sharings, panel discussions. Hence, the name Empowerfest, a shift towards learning more through these engagements. You can have a walkthrough along the tactile floors, get to learn on 21 types of disabilities and the assistive devices. We also have the photo exhibition gallery by the PWD artist. You can also get yourself caricatured today. And also, the day will also be filled with fun fest, enable games, and also a privilege for all others to have the Aadhaar enrollment for the PWDs. And to top it all, food and music all day. With these few words, I would like to say a big thank you for all the support that you have been giving, be it NGOs, be it the government officials. In fact, a lot more needs to be done, and with the continued support of you all, we all shall march towards prosperity. Thank you all.
Thank you so much, Madam S.B. Morak. MCS Commissioner for Persons with Disabilities, Government of Meghalaya, for highlighting the ceaseless work that your department has done and is still putting a lot of efforts to empower persons with disability. Ladies and gentlemen, as we all know that scientific advancement has improved our way of life and our accessibility to a lot of things in our lives. So definitely, the scientific advancement has also given an access for our children with disabilities. So for their convenience and for easy accessibility on the various aids for persons with disability, we will now have launched the soft app of the app called Meghalaya. And to do the honor, I request our Chief Guest Shri Paul Lingro, Honorable Minister in charge of Social Welfare Department of Meghalaya, to kindly come over, sir, and officially launch the Meghalaya app. I also request Shri Praveen Bakshi to kindly join our Chief Guest, Madam S.B. Marak, and our dignitaries to kindly come to the stage as Paul will unveil the launch of the Meghalaya app.
World Disability 2023, I'm privileged to bring to you attention a pioneering initiative in the soft launch of the Meghalaya app that we hope will enable reshape the lives of persons with disabilities in the state of Meghalaya. In our relentless pursuit of an inclusive society, one that ensures equal opportunity for every citizen regardless of their abilities, Meghalaya is an effort on the commitment of the government to progress. This revolutionary app empowers the dedicated field workers of the Department of Insights, but also will form the bedrock for informed decision-making at the government level. The Meghalaya significance is magnified by its ability to bridge the information gap by capturing a diverse aspect of information related to persons with disabilities, encompassing their social, economic, and academic political dimensions, so as to gain a holistic understanding of their needs and challenges. This invaluable data collect will act as a catalyst for devising and implementing the targeted policies and extend beyond mere assistance, fostering an environment where repeatability can thrive in all spheres of life. The power of Meghalaya extends beyond data collection. It lies in its potential to transform society by dismantling prejudices and biases. Empowered with accurate, up-to-date information, the government officials can tailor support and services, ensuring that the needs of persons with disabilities are met comprehensively. In the next few months, we hope to continuously enrich the app with various parameter steps, addressing the local challenges before they escalate and proactively creating the environment that fosters inclusivity. I would who have played an instrumental role in the success of the Meghalaya. The State Resource Center on Disability Affairs, the NIC Meghalaya also have been indispensable partners in this transformative journey. Their dedication and collaboration, not just within our state, but also to the others to emulate. Thank you. May I now request our Honorable Chief Minister to make the soft launch of this Meghalaya.
Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together as our Chief Guest, Shri Paul Lingro, Honorable Minister, Social Welfare Department, the Government of Meghalaya, is unveiling the soft launch of the app called Meghalaya app. And with the program, ladies and gentlemen, for a society to prosper and to thrive, certain sections of the society should never be left behind. To commemorate, recognize and acknowledge the contribution of persons of the State Resource Center on Disability Affairs shall confer, honor and appreciate our persons with disability who have excelled in their endeavors. We will now present awards for children, for persons with disabilities who have excelled in various fields. To present the award, I request our chief guest, Shri Paul Lingdor, Honorable Minister of Social Welfare, to kindly come to the stage and distribute the awards for the awardees. The Office of the Commissioner for the Rehabilitation of Individuals with Intellectual Disabilities and Mental Illness exemplifies his commitment to a noble cause. I request Dr. Sandy Singh to kindly come to the stage and receive your award as the Champion of Mental Health Advocacy Award. Congratulations, Dr. Sandy Singh. Ladies and gentlemen, our next award goes to Shri Karmo Noronha for Leader for Equality Award in recognition of his unwavering commitment to advancing equality and social justice. He has exemplified a steadfast belief in inclusivity and the creation of a barrier-free environment to uphold the rights of individuals with disabilities. Shri Karmo Noronha is not present at the moment, so on behalf of Shri Karmo Noronha, I call upon Mr. Ricky Rintle to kindly receive the award for Shri Karmo Noronha. A huge round of applause for Ricky Rintle receiving the award on behalf of Shri Karmo Noronha. Ladies and gentlemen, the Office of the Commissioner for Persons with Disabilities, Government of Meghalaya grants the Inclusive Media Representation Award to Shri Sengsramji Momin, recognizing his efforts as a YouTube content creator dedicated to educating viewers on diverse topics, global and local events, and disseminating up-to-date information to the people of Garo Hills. Shri Sengsramji Momin. A huge round of applause for Shri Sengsramji Momin. Congratulations, Sengsramji Momin. I now request a member of the Meghalaya Women's Blind Football Team to kindly receive the award for Inclusive Sportsmanship Award, acknowledging its achievement as second place winners in the Northeast Blind Football Tournament 2023 held in Arunachal Pradesh and third place in the National Tournament 2023 in Jamshedpur. They have not only brought honor to Meghalaya, but have also endeared them to the hearts of many, making them a source of pride for the state. So I request anyone from the team, the Meghalaya Women's Blind Football Team, to kindly come to the stage and receive the award for Inclusive Sportsmanship Award. Please put your hands together for our sportsmen of the Meghalaya Women's Blind Football Team. Thank you so much, sir, and a heartiest congratulations to the Meghalaya Women's Blind Football Team for their achievements. We shall now grant the Inspirational Artist Award to Shri Rupari Nongrum, acknowledging his contribution to the field of music, which has not only touched hearts but has also inspired people across different platforms and beyond boundaries. Shri Rupari Nongrum, ladies and gentlemen, please come over to the stage. Rupari Nongrum, to receive your award as an inspirational artist. The Office of the Commissioner for Persons with Disability, Government of Meghalaya would now present the Trailblazer in Accessibility Award to St. Edmund's College, Shillong, in acknowledgement of the remarkable progress made by the college in establishing accessible environments and technologies, positively impacting the educational journey of students with disabilities and facilitating the pursuit of academic excellence. I now call upon the Dean of St. Edmund's College to kindly come over to the stage and receive the award as the Trailblazer in Accessibility Award. Congratulations, St. Edmund's College, and thank you so much, sir. And now we move on with the last award of today. The Department of the Commissioner for Persons with Disabilities, Government of Meghalaya, confers the Literary Award upon Miss Ibadalin Karbuli, acknowledging her achievement in authoring the book A Tiara of Love, The Unfinished Journey of an Ordinary Girl, a work that has resonated with readers and captured their hearts. As a social worker, she has worked tirelessly to make a positive impact on the lives of others. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for Miss Ibadalin Karbuli. Congratulations, Ibadalin Karbuli, on receiving the Literary Award for your contribution on the book A Tiara of Love. And thank you so much, sir. Now I request our Chief Guest, Shri Paul Lindo, Honorable Minister of Social Welfare, Department, Government of Meghalaya, to kindly share your thoughts with us. Please, sir.
Of persons with this. And this is Mara, MCS, Commissioner for Persons with Disabilities, who gave me a Christmas surprise by declaring me as Chief Minister. That was a pleasant surprise. Mr. CM, Planning Officer, that's our CTA, members of the NGOs representing persons with disabilities, heads of institutions, members of legal departments, education and other departments, awardees. I especially would like to congratulate Dr. CM of the Chandler Institute, whose better half taught me in the university, and also Ricky, who came up to receive the award on behalf of this institution. We were together again in the university. Friends from the media fraternity, invitees, ladies and gentlemen. On an occasion like today, I'd like to remind each one of us that in a gathering where the majority of us are physically able, we should remind ourselves that most of us have eyesight but are yet to have vision. Most of us have feet but have yet to walk the walk of faith. Most of us have 2 hands but are yet to touch anybody's life. And therefore, when we assemble here to celebrate International Day of Persons with Disabilities, we should ask ourselves first, who are the disabled? Perhaps that question will elicit some soul searching, because we live in a society that is becoming increasingly very self-centered. And in such a society, a day like today should open windows of opportunities for us to revisit what we have learned so far in life. Because like the saying goes, and this was W.B. Yeats, who said, education is not the filling of a pail, but the lighting of a spark. I do not know how many of us have had that spark lit in us, but a day like today should suffice to let that spark be ignited. Friends, it was Mother Teresa who said that the greatest and the most challenging disease in the world is not cholera or tuberculosis, but the disease of being ignored. I'm happy that the state government has come forward, as has been amplified in the speech of Mrs. Mara, that a lot of centers and government offices today are being made disabled compliant. Ramps have been constructed in a lot of government buildings, and a number of DPRs is also being prepared to ensure that the remaining offices and institutions have proper ramps for persons with disabilities. And to top it all, we have been having regular interface with various stakeholders to ensure that we do not only show care and attention, but also empathy to persons with disabilities. As I stand here today on behalf of the state government, I would like to share with you a few observations. When you recall that we have somebody who could not hear his own music properly, but became one of the best known composers of classical music, Beethoven. When we have somebody who could write such moving music, but was unable to see, still you wonder. You know that God does certainly have a purpose for each one of us, irrespective of whether we have challenges, physical challenges or otherwise. But I'm happy that a beginning has been made, and of course there is a lot of ground to be covered, but the important thing is that we have made rapid strides ahead, and we will continue to do so with the active support, with the active involvement of each one of you. I would like, before resuming my seat, to remind each one of us that rather than looking at just the government or institutions to solve problems for us. We should ask ourselves, are we part of the problem or are we part of the solution? Because if we are not part of the solution, then we are part of the problem. I would like to wind up by sharing lines from a well-known song by Cliff Richard, Love and a Helping Hand. It takes a lifetime commitment to become a help this land, because a lifetime of problems needs more than pious hands. Take a child who's 3 and I'll show you the man, with a little bit of loving now and a helping hand. Thank you. God bless today's celebration. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for your voice and your words of encouragement.
Present here. I, on behalf of the Office of the Commissioner for Persons with Disabilities and the State Resource Center on Disability Affairs, wishes you an International Day of Persons on the 3rd of December, which was yesterday, but we're celebrating today. So, we from the office would like to thank our chief guest, Shri Paul Lingok, Honorable Minister in charge of Social Welfare Department. Thank you, sir, for always enthralling us, always taking us in the right stride, and always supporting us every time. I'd like to also thank Shri Praveen Bakshi, IAS, Commissioner and Secretary, Social Welfare Department, Government of Meghalaya, as a guest of honor. I'd like to thank Srimati S.B. Marak, MCS, Commissioner for Persons with Disabilities, Government of Meghalaya, who has always been a captain to the ship, leading us to make different interventions for our friends with disabilities. Madam C.D. Lingwa, MCS, Social Welfare Department, who is the director and leading us always in the right path. We are also very happy to have our dear Madam C. Khatungwar, IS, the Secretary for CNRD, who has always been, who was the earlier Commissioner for Persons with Disabilities, and also guiding us and guiding each and every department on accessibility and inclusivity. Our Lieutenant, Sir Dr. N.P. Lalu, who is the Project Director of the State Resource Center on Disability Affairs. He too has been a helping hand and also one of the organizing members of this festival. I'd also like to thank our Madam B. Warshaw, the Deputy Commissioner for Persons with Disabilities. Other line departments that have helped us, the Chief Executive, Chief Operating Officer of the MSRLS, the Chief Administrative Officer of the Meghalaya NH, who's providing us the platform of the Meghalaya Grassroots Music Project, who has called persons with disabilities, musicians with disabilities to showcase their talents. The Deputy Director General of the LIC and Madam Candida Booth Sharap, who's here to help us always in technical interventions. Our dear Sir SKC, the Disability Affairs Consultant, who has come all the way from Guwahati to be a part, to always help us. The District Medical Health Officer, who has provided the district medical team to aid us in any support during the festival. The District Social Welfare Officer, the Dean of Social Work, Martin Luther Christian University, thank you for the volunteers. Mr. David Vatkan, the President of the Shillong Press Club, and also the other media houses who is covering our festival today. So we also would like to thank Madam Sinton Smale and Ruben Smale for giving us that piano recital, which would help us to understand that yes, we too can attune ourselves to music and also maybe hopefully learn piano soon. So Mr. Benny Conway
and the health organization, our compeer, Kong Tiudalin Walam, our dear Kong Rinalin Wanyang, as sign language interpreter, our volunteers from MMCU, NSS, the committees from the State Resource Center on Disability Affairs and the Office of the Commissioner for Persons with Disabilities, our awardees who have come, and especially to our persons with disabilities, our friends with disabilities, the children with special needs, the parents. May God be with you, God give you grace, and may you have a wonderful day ahead. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for your words of gratitude. Ladies and gentlemen, the inaugural function has ended here inside this auditorium, but we still have a lot of things going on outside the Empowerfest 2023. To officially launch or to open the Empowerfest 2023, I now request our chief guest, Shri Paul Lingdo, Honorable Minister of Social Welfare, to kindly cut the ribbon.
They are all hearing impaired. Our, one of the entrepreneurs, Mr. Penny Congress. So these are the photographs made by him.
ini dalam kami direct to batik nanti ini kita ini dan bat ini wax pen. Ini konsisten ni foto nomor katim belum muka tekan pak mereka ketika second project ini first priority kami ketika second. Ayah kan ni rumut bagi design dong bukan ini ni. Reply kibiru ngalak ban itu.
Okey, sama.
Jangan saya tunduk bagi.
Oh, ini sama lah.
Our SSG.
Just to hide. So whatever proceedings they get goes to them.
Vida, you can explain it again.
We have given you these last time in the association. Nidiki caricature artists, they're also hearing it, right?
Hearing.
And this is the crossword, so the blind can feel, and at the same time the sighted can see the letters. And the same thing with the keyboard. Yes. And we have the cricket ball, which is with the sound, and the football, also the same thing. Yeah. And then right now most of our students, they are all into ICT. And these students are being provided with the phone, the keyboard, the OTG and the headphone. And all these phones, they have their talk, they can download a TalkBag app. And the students, whatever is there in the phone, they will listen and hear. It's the same phone like what all of us are using. And the same thing, they take all the notes over there. And the textbooks are also up. Thank you, thank you.
So if you can
No, sir. One day, sir. One day. Tomorrow again we have dream in the same.
Good afternoon, everyone. Chief guest Paul Lingo and the dignitaries to celebrate the World International Disability Day with the theme being Empowerfest 2023. As we stand on the verge of a musical journey like no other, I am honored to be your guide. Music platform is not just a stage that echo the spirit of inclusivity. I stand before you with immense pride and excitement as we kick off the extraordinary musical showcase made possible through the generous sponsorship and unwavering support of the Meghalaya Grassroots Music Project, which has been a beacon of inspiration, fostering a musical landscape of musicians in the state of Meghalaya. Their commitment to supporting inclusive musicians has created a platform where every artist, regardless of their background, has the opportunity to shine. Before I call off our first performers, I would like to read a quote which symbolizes this band. The world is a complicated place, and there's a lot of division between people. The performing art tends to unify people in a way nothing else does. So, here we welcome our first performer, the Echo Vision, mesmerizing us with their lovely voice.
Someone told me long ago, the sound for the storm. I know
and which also shows to us that no matter how we are, music will always unite us together. Before I call our next performer, so this is a special quote for them. Music is the universal language that speaks to the soul and brings people from all backgrounds together. Now the next performer will be the Jyoti Sroth.
Feel less lonely, and it makes me feel somewhat nice, and it's just beautiful. That's it.
We are students from Jyoti Sroth. Today, since we are celebrating International Day for Persons with Disability, we feel privileged to be part of this event. Now, the first song that we are going to present is called No Matter What by Boyzone.
What we believe it's
are going to perform is Everybody Likes to Take a Holiday.
salah kumbangi ong ni day kun kristan ngim day ban bun kum ya kita kin mau tangka ni baki wekin i jing ba briu ji su hangi ram atrai tu yang hasen da jongi mami ngim long ha birthday balong saki balong jing shai ka jing shisha shwa ba ka po jong ikan chusap kaningin yon na ra atrai tu yang hasen da jongi lemma mingim long ha birthday balong saki shakiwe
By afternoon mataski wa shawit de ba mong bleach food ya ba khay bon mataski pas ka punya tan discussion mataski kam de fitet de femtet ki ro fai evening podcast ate ki pas ngap de bhai ni the YouTube channel you come up with it. If you bring up the Jones Low Fi Evening Podcast, ngadi way ba ngadi host ng podcast come down. So tasking compare setting if you bet kay Shuki, ibon ki panelists, if you bet ibon han ani kata te takatugi takamon days dande kata ko. Tama sukunan ng tasking bagi collaborate but CRCDA come down. It was a long introduction.
Resources Center.
Hey guys, good evening. Welcome to the Lo-Fi Evening Podcast. Tamang-mantang kasi ni Pipit Shabar kaya afternoon mo. Kaya Lo-Fi Evening mo. Kaya Lo-Fi afternoon kaya natang siya ako. Tama ho. Please yung Pipit kaya episode ka balay dyan ko Lo-Fi Evening Podcast. Ang tasking na Pipit hai ka Lo-Fi Evening ki kampun ki guest mo. Dan Pipit ka tentang stories yung tentang Meghalaya. Notify tentang ini siapa orang dan ini akan discussion tentang but no minat collaboration but SR CDA tentang. So that's very happy that we have done this game. So when the opportunity presented insyaAllah kena baca khot so when shisha tentang yang mensim juga so kita share tangway ba ini ka discussion dengan tentang ini dan bok minat dan ya piece ya but we are breaking the boundaries of podcasting more than because right now the feedback high podcast ini lah ya yang bawa tiga sama tentang ini kami breaking the boundaries semua and we match the persons with disability. Kita tahu ni keren. Haknya kita discussion tentang ini keren kami jeliu ya the opportunities, no, the purpose. Tengok the key so micro terus semua ini. Tengok kita kata, tengok purpose, no the purpose. Won't give you have misperceptions about different things when it comes to persons with disability. Tangma haknya kejut ni lah beri kami tahu nampak kita ni sejuni yang beli kita juni, no, beli kita juni sepangki ki opportunities kita. And yes, one thing is the main word is inclusiveness, no, tak ada. So So that's why, and plus kita nak empowerment fest. Kata if you don't know it, if you use hashtag tag ini mau ke Instagram jadi. Dengan Thai ngabung ketin palan, what's holding yang berhubung ketin ben. Then kita mau introduce ya ki panelists jadi. Dengan Thai kisah tidak ki mic nak jadi official. Dengan Thai brief introduce kerja dari bar Thai bar Jeff Kampion. If you want to know that.
Assalamualaikum. Apabila beliau memberikan panel diskusi, nah dari Jeff Rani, yang terlibat ke Prime Meghalaya. Prime Meghalaya tadi ke Yarap Yaki, Sengkam Lejong, apa state Juni. Di Sengkam Patru Yaki ikam ki bakam pula, dalam kam pula bagi belum inovatif, kreatif. Yaki empat juta balik mana-mana. Kum kita ni di Yarap, kum kita di Yu. Jika Yarap tu Prime kalau riba di incubation, riba di mentoring, riba di capacity building, di market. Kita terter. Saya kalau susu kalau ini kaki dan yang kita discussion. Berikut.
Bersyukur Pak Jus. Nah, tadi bangga guru. Nah, try to make society as a program coordinator. For this, I think so we discuss more inclusion from our end. Discuss more inclusion. How to include person with disability global untuk kami akan kali aku, especially when it comes to earning dignified and sustainable livelihood for them. So I'm very happy for Pak Jus organizing this, especially for SRCDA, and I'm very, very happy and very amused by the things that happen today outside Barang Shabat, like Empowerfest. It really empowers us. We can show the power. We can really see the power outside. So thank you so much.
First time, anak saya hardworking, exceptional people. Kalau dia punya, berkumpul ada tu self control. Benar-benar ini buat ini. Dia berbis, jadi kena ia mereka pelak mereka bagi dia jadi saya kalau ikut
Kami semua barusan introduce semua, saya kalau very in depth. Hey, kami kan jadi semua lagi kan kalau kami kami kalau ada job opportunity mo, lalu kita saya barusan ni what barusan. Tamam when it comes to person disability, ke stigma kadang dia kata entah Meghalaya kata Meghalaya kan ni. Tamam I think kami ke podcast tentang kan warna kata kecing. Please come on, no, ni kan bring a different perspective when it comes to this. Apa pun I think rule in conversation mo kani kecing ya keren bagi Pak Jeff na try. What is your take on kani semua tak habis tentang habis kat atas kan. Em going dulu ni. When it comes to kani primary tentang try it's one of the leading when it comes to entrepreneurship and helping people. So kenapa lucu I kaya kamu kani expanding the horizon, no? Beli macam kita khampang ki beri ki bawa yang hakim orang salah ke society juga mo ki bawa dan kata kita mereka stigma mo khampang ki PWD se dan apa ai ke akaran definisi saya sepanjang kata kamu nak yang ofisia nak depan ofisia kamu ki skills kita kamu flapen sub ki and make them suki and to make them independent individuals mo cuma kata and bring that keyword inclusiveness, right? So, kalau cuci connect cuma kata,
aku buat jadi kata apa siapa mata kum ka approach ka prime siapa kalau general bahawa ingin pun bila support di entrepreneurs dan dulu ibu entrepreneurs ba company ba justify try dari by to euro kita ini bala siapa incubate apa prime kita support apa prime and pertunjukan event dulu ilala penra ini produk sejauh ilala bahas susu ini produk sejauh ini tiba ilala jarapan pergi susu ya kan jinjo joki naka pakai kebaikan di effort ini kebaik pat ke kebaik yo support prime karena company yo confidence susu ini dengan sampai sejauh itu kendre peningkatan sepanjang challenge buat ketika entrepreneurship Allah apa Meghalaya
kami tang bagi PWD kadai itu generally kalau empat baru dia akan juga state kejumi nangkong ada nation stage dia ada very baby step stage mau tiba dia tu terus di part awal wan bahasa keman bona haji kejumi kilong nangkong lo wat kejumi wat kam sarkar wat kam ini tai banyo jua paling inde paling pecah kamu jom ketika kamu ini kaba hadir tu kaba filang bersih ni dadap yo yang dia kamu jom di lima cuma ke prime menang lagi keadaan standar kepada tim perkat dan kemaiban perkat kalau kumu mengilang bagian jom mengilang support tapi kan ini mengilang bagi tapi kali dia lagi ni keparu di pun juga di kena jadi individuals dan makin sering kamu jom dia kini misal berlagi ketika chef but isu kapan dulu long encouraging dulu jadi beri kalau makin jadi bagi dia but ni cookies sistem enabler pun bila dia mengilang penyiaran atau simpit jadi di business berterkiau di kamu ini dia bersih bahawa menyiaran kayak gitu and apa orang kipur kami support and bagi PWD is part specifically but ini patron aku ka support system kebakan specifically for that dari mentang limba baka state issue center for disability affairs dari SRCD nila ya te apa nila collaborate but kuno support di entrepreneurs ki kinam se kamu jom ki badai nak buat PWD section ni. Hakan ni kebetulan kita yang kelam kuno bagi dan support lagi. Di kita susah bisa mesti sebenarnya kuan dan studio ikan kerja kalau official bahawa mengilakan support lagi. Di hakan sini yang terakhir jom ini mengilakan kalau open bahawa mereka opportunities lagi kita buat masyarakat. Kau ini itu badan idea, badan business, pelan dan juga mengilakan dan guide lagi. Kumlu makanya ke business nilaban ban kio sa Shillongnya ban validate itu ke idea ban pergi bakalong yang berkagam ban kunjur ban kait step by step akan lu berkembang makin laban pergi sisa berkilaban dia berkagam ban kata kau ini kalau kau sama apa support itu ni kata ingin mendalam ini mentors ini expert ini mentors ini business expert ini industry expert ini laban dia dulu kita sedangkan tapi kita lalu successful bah. In kamu dapat kita guide bahaya ini dia di benda sampai. Hati ni kita tidak berniat maybe kita kalau open bah mereka opportunity, but in part kalau specific scheme, mereka general scheme kalau dapat orang itu dibayar. Let's say kita idea bermain, belum kreatif, belum inovatif, kita belum apply, kita boleh menurut. Kita akan sampai siapa berperan, nanti kita akan beliau support ini. Kadang kegeran apa tu dan like yang kita innovative ideas, kita support. Kata basically kita even makin lepas research and development dan pergi dan build prototype yang kita beliau engineer dan after that kita buat pergi show ke gambar. Kita sendiri ki interest free loan dari low interest loan about up to 50 lakhs kita kasih kita business plan kejuki bergilaan kayak ini step by step on how they can achieve their goals or move to the next level. Dikatakan mereka support. Mereka specifically for PWDs tu kita ilang ke SRCD kuno bergilaan support ini. Dikatakan ada in the pipeline and maybe next year try hakan ke Polri juga pengen yo dia pun kena kerja event maybe gilaan support tu kan tinggi.
The horizon has expanded not just to people, but persons with disabilities. Kalau mereka respond, kampan mentah, tidak ada merespon yang kena scheme dan fee lemah persons with disabilities. Memang salah dapat seperti ini ketika tante. Kalau kita kalau mereka respon kampan, punya fee behind the scene kita launch kampan, mereka awareness juga.
Actually, kita work in progress kita lihat, kita nanti kita juliet kerja program begini, kita itu response ni kita lihat di first time kita yo kan kita response ni ka observation ka juni ka lomba kumbang ping meneta stigma kadang katu Patang stigma kalau ba ngingi daw ya ka abilities yung jom. Si akajaka bangila bang le sini ni perkat mur ba kumno ile ini hapan yo sikira pa hali kibai ringin perkat pat naladi ibangila bang le. Di nanong dia gawe ka nuksa ka ba ile ba just pasing. Moi ta i we ya tona. Por ba i me bestang sinaulai ya stang show ba i ka kam. Ya gable ya pergi. Ya sinamulai sinah dikraf sinah militer. Jadi pun bahagi di Meghalaya. Dia bayi idawan apply ru niogi dia kan dia kam di idan kam ban baca nurture dia ban guide bahagi. Dia jimba ka jimba cungi jamba dia niogi suju opportunity dia bayi lah ban kiri itu. Dia kata kali kau example I'm very katong ka response mga yon kiwi ru ki bang ila kon ini program sa katray ila ko pa kanday promote ki PWDs ki ba lawan aten ni program. Inang nampeng kita ni kumba samsi thong ki bolong ki balala bi balle ka kam jong jong an ki dan pro ki kana ne ki stories ki jong ki bakil ala ban bakil ale bahaba ka ni haliam ki kumi kita nila bahaba support an ka response ka biapa when it comes to bangila ya andre along the way mata bagi na train mo ka SRCT nila ru ban ya chushur lima ka let's say ka view ka joki namar magigla try bahaba ki PWDs ki so group ate ka jingdom kam di maybe por bagile mangini ko nikom kalay nabanta ka ba ni ipagkata ko ka jing so group ni maybe with their support nilala kan yo kam nila kam yo reach kam sab jangan yo but maybe nila kan yo ki boleh ki ideas di ko innovative ro di kita ketika kawai ka insan le in the future plan ka jongi maybe lah ban yo pun cucu ki respons hakati pa jona ila ban kanong positive ba respons
response take fi so kuman ani ka kam dan fi ham tam re fi yo ban inspire ham tam ki ila ban long independent athai ka kejekiman ka bakas kai yang fai mo kejekiman ya athai kalau ila fi three so kuman ter motivation so kan three
kade
mo they are not only one more in a Bethany society. They come down they no price only but we la on the community la from the opportunities. How from your side but how can you bring that relationship between the prime and Bethany society and people belong to the school la so many opportunities ki la trong mo but your come independent to stand on the 2 feet they how has it been the reception of people can you
and then the most important thing that when you play breaking barriers finding and inclusion. So when Prime offers such an opportunity for persons with disabilities, so we have and so for us there is such schemes, programs used by the government of Meghalaya, and through that, we support Mohon, and like what I got through that if your ideas and proposal is in a different way, so we go according to what Prime has to offer, and apart from that, we surely do livelihood kami tang bantu tapi tang berat livelihood comes in different shape and form. Livelihood na sahabat di bawah minangge dengan yang bawah minangge harian tidak lokam bagi untuk kita kamu kebun beli kamu sudah berdiri 100 days that's one livelihood that getting from government and has to be provided. Apart from that, you don't pay each other as well. That also can be a reason for him also. You break each other, but that's not you. From our end, the person disputed you want to ask for programs and schemes and RPWD Act 2016, Chapter 4 clearly mentioned that we have whether in government or government schemes, we get equal opportunities. That means it has very much in the law, right? But for us, the approach that person is how to sustain them. We have given them the opportunity. We have feed them towards the private, we have feed them towards different programs, government programs. But how to sustain them then? Being a mindset, one changing mindset. We have to change the mindset of Barok. We have to change the mindset of Barok, not only for person without disability, but how we look towards the disability, whether we can or cannot. But we try to change the mindset of person with disability. But if you're doing this, we hope that they should sustain. They should come for the right, come for the sake of entitlement. They should grab it. Won't be just because I'm the person who we help them, we build them how to sustain the that how to earn a sustainable livelihood for whatever they're doing. For us, it all comes breaking barriers, move towards inclusion, sustainability.
And the breaking barriers, it's such a good thing that I feel it's all breaking barriers. It's like even government job, civil service, doctor, engineer, YouTube platform, one thing about persons with disabilities, individuals who keep up so many years being indoctrinated, disheartening, but more there should also movie type encourage you first step and so from your end, like, have you done any testimonies?
Yes. What you trade with person who's when it comes to working with them, they lecture fees. When they come to our office, we don't see that it's we saw that we come so far. We want to so we one wheelchair, one wheelchair. We should find him on the platform. Yeah. If you want to do it, let's do it. We push it over. Because we don't see disability okay. So they not that we shall feel in the let when it comes to the village of people. Ini kaya even ke program seperti kebun, kadang ke natural farming, kadang ke paper making, so it's up to them. Show lagi, creating buat benda. Kadang im ada yang macam lagi buat family lagi mah, family lagi ngim orang bah, sana mah, that's the last thing. Mengengkau, and then point that level when you start earning, satu waktu lagi lah nanti. Sana mah, tapi buat. Bidang sedang dikatakan import itu diambil kan. We try to build him or her, try to build his or her confidence. We try to empower that person back. What we give to sustainable livelihood. When you are apa lagi? Tinggi baik no. Tinggi baik. Baik jadi sebab she or who deserve that, they empower it. It's all about common name, breaking barriers, into and sustainability.
Tama ya Kadisha ta. Kawai ang tawag mga shoe, asmo ba yung building the personality mo because kata kadi kalau ke root cause trong work mo building the personality they show mo sa kanya kamu ki persevere em có biết không nghĩ ông là cái building a personality taking that first step so please show in brief in a nutshell show me como fi build a personality trong any individual kan ada como fi try pen I'm seeing ki begin ka first step
Yung ang buhay na, kalau kung maayos siya, may plumang yan. Take a baby step further. Memang let's do it. Take a loan, let's start. Maybe baby step. If you can do this, imagine how much far you can go, how much far you can go from this. That from that baby step, we empower you. It's not that we empower you to reach the topmost level, but in a matter of 10 or 15 months. Yeah, it takes years and years of building the personality, building that confidence, building. But build to borrow again, it takes years. Let's take intervention to me when it comes to person who speak on livelihood. So we have trained them. We have trained them. For example, we have trained them on natural farming, how to sustain the soil, how to sustain your livelihood. Is how to build soil with the community, but the community you actually toil up the soil and hard to nilai kata program ini. If orang rasa that training on taxi, nasa you expect salat TV sampai lo, orang taxi. We build the capacity kan. So we empower them, we encourage them. Karena ilatung, ada siap, kamu you lebih deh, we encourage people. You don't come to age, you don't come to advanced training. But by the way, we are always there. If it's me or any of our staff are not there, there's a field worker working in the field. We have trained him or her to the best, but he can let HT in Patayati, not only train on technical, but we also train them how to deal with person with disability. So empowering them and building the capacity, it's not to Thanos untuk
Thanos.
They can long way. Slowly, you and Kongsan dapat we build the relationship. If the relationship is good, he feels or she feels that I can do it because that person who comes to EBF most of the time, one person doing it because he has faith in me. That's how we build the capacity. That's how we build the personality.
And I like the way Fiona has put the reality, because PWDs, whatever person out there, overnight, long kata. You have to take that first step and keep on doing it again and again. I think kita have to perform a lot, with all due respect, as dan kita kajing discipline, and do it again and again and again. That because overnight you take that I think you're looking for those kind of candidates who are able to take that risk but keep on being hardworking, what they do, right? I think that's like those are things probably people having.
Not necessarily in that order that baru dari dari orang impact idea stage na ini kita itu actually ini show ada kita opportunity na platform mana-mana kita pernah. So the Q1 then we try but individually on how they can be supported. So being starting from kata mindset chef Wawadram, right to next step is what can be done, what can validate, impact ikapalong ibang ini mismo po imba pati mo pati experience ko jogi bigla yo ani ini mismo po no tani kala panumlong. For example the kung kita di kerja situations ki pengidan. Let's say teng kita businesses ki beralih ki beri ki ati ki tunas belum successful teng ka operation cost kati 10,000 mereka ka kajing permi revenue ini kan ka transfer raja kita tukum kita tinggi terkait sampai ke di komlong. So in that way ini ada pan channel pan alam ne kata kayu ya tapi orang kita breaking barriers orang mana orang kata orang iki kepani nilai tu some kind of programs kita nilakukan iki design thinking program kita neki personality development program kita ni nilai pan involved itu, and it's encouraging to see dalam kelihatan yang kali program dan mana yang kali kendu ibi bala participate program jadi macam orang apa long biang sih kalau kita program kabarin yang ngilang atau yang katu ni setengah nak kapan kelai kajing mon cip perkat sungi dikatakan di apa nang ngilang kali yo matani pat naklen sungi pat mo ni ban yale ban continually support it akan berkembang ini kelak ada execute implement ini. But today in the paper I have watched sometimes we article about Biden visually impaired Krishna Power. He's using WhatsApp, Google Pay, booking Rapido, naga mobile sungi. So kalau limitation to all this, but I can use this thing. ya yang kini di video ini kerja testimoni sekitar dari pekru ini iba kamu lagi kalau ambangin rumah panlet. So it's just a matter of us telling, encouraging or enabling or facilitating them to kind of venture out of their comfort zone. Dan sa pinsay ini so hadir di finchu expect with pencio with ini sejari
doi mo reality mo
kada juga
ngabnyo dekat Kristong kita dari gue mau dari terima không thì bu thế long khi xa thế kalau gue sao lại cái đó không stay nên how long if you with your 12 years of experience and masalah kisah no mo siman
balik school. Hinay bahawa kay bahayan. Mga dia masuk tu, ngamdam ay kaya siya balik school ba. Pelat kan. Pelat kamdam dari ayah balik school. Yung ngang apsa ini para dia kan orang paksaka ng poesi siya. Ngawat din ya kalau jadi kemudian kita skill naik up long hiu semua yang kita kasut cakap apa masam susu nak terima beri gabung dari ni apa akan patience baik patience susu ini maka kalau susu ayo kan biar ayo Giskin liaran di pan mo, di pan nongang ni. Trong nó thành là xong nó nhiều hơn pan nhiều là đi long đi đấy. Kering chơi đi, lớn chơi đi, lát. Cái mà đi cái này skim mà lên mà shop đi cái tăng về mà đi skim vậy, đâm gì rồi mà đi skim vậy, ăn cái này. Excuse me bilang lo, siapa dah kalau ni, mungkin lah, sedang dah kau apa, mendevelop tentang, sedang tu jadi kan, cinta stop kan, sih kalau penting dia kata kalau penting, sih kalau dia kata. Belum bah, kenapa kau ini dia kau yang setelah syari, belum bah, tentang normal belum betul. Ini yang maru dan sab. Nanti stop dengan penjelai skills terus. Dan ini orang kata pun juga kata message ke para disabilities yang pencet mau lomba dan filek kita mengkakan banyak skill mana banjir apa rakyat skill. What you let really baru kan let rakyat skill jumpi kenapa kita nakalian orang nakalian kembali bah ini jumpa kita dan rakyat ini orang kata berapa ayat kata. Dah filek tentang mau yang tentang ini baru so. Filek yang berkat nanti orang kata tentang skill mendan knowledge mendan tak masuk apa yang rakyat kelak yang lihat dulu ini Kristong sih tadi rak skill ini datang ke government kan ini kelak akan berjalan. Yang cuba berjalan dengan itu di sana naik atas main pada government yang menurut setang suara pindah naik apa kan orang teh pada kami nak kerja cuma mungkin itu dua fikir.
Very good. I'm very sharp on that. It's very nice the way you said it to them. We have been ông cũng luôn mong kibun bọc đầu kipet bahai ni kibun kadang kita ke penting nak karang yang asal pergi nasmo. Ông keju orang lah Lah kalau beri belum ibel ru dan mau kesal keti te kalau shong jus ke jus ngam la na thai mo ni ba beni kadi shisha kadi ka for the golden era of getting out of this thing called okay kani kesal keti so sui la ni no la de ka ta ma le kani so akli ni ba hantam ba akli ilong nu kuni image of how did they play a very vital role? How kila support hai pin bag ne jinge na thai ka don hi jinge bun jinge ma fiya na ba tama pa te ka struggle to fi ben yo tak motivation ben on han ngala ne ka kam ka bade ala ben wara tak skill ben yach ma ben de go hana hana ke ma sa jo ni ki sha ni judging lambar itu fi na ya betul ka mindset to fi ka bakhan ki sha terus kalau fi kenjat kalau kenjat hantam berhut ni yo pensim kenjat kumu pia nama kaji punya jompian kumu mepa yo fi support system mo kumu kila apa kila ai pensim fi
try to pass more how you feel like last time. You may try to kill it school. Ni yang ngam don dah jadi menonton ngambil pergi dengan juga lah yang pemak dah. Yang stress tak boleh udah kami lah tak kasi boleh. Halu yang nak tak kanya kata study mo. Imeng pada isu sih, iya semua. Maka juga boleh tahu kita kasih juga kalau jadi. Nah, imeng pada ini teman-teman tahu isu sih kan, kita luar kita tidak. Penuh dengan video seperti, penuh dengan dia semua. Yang ini yang waktu itu selain, menolak yang terus tambah. Terus tambah patient sih kepada kita. Tak menjual dengan hal, tak lah mesti segi part kat supply kan tak. Tak hanya pertama yang kau yang jadi guna, lain pin pak apa, pin orang berkata, tak sure apa, mi jadi dia boleh sih, kau mi bersama dia. Jangan kita kan, kalau normal, pas ini dah dia kalau sama dah maka ini baju ini pakai dulu ni dah masih dulu ini saya sangat kau pun tebak ada apa sih deh mesti belum tahu ni yang ni saya bah imak sini ini apa yang kilik boleh wah kalau punya mah dia mah tidak lain sekolah di bawah sekolah dah juga ini lasan buat ini pada dibilang ini mana PWD itu berupa pada gift boleh dapat boleh let exam pass diokam dah kalau diokam ru terus tambah lo masih cinta terat tu dah kakak naik itu cerai ni tentang kalau malah ini kereta tak sempurna boleh nak dah kalau perhatian hadir buat kawan penjaga jawab kalau itu deh dia kata pada buat ini apply ini boleh pasal terus tambah jawab jadi anak pun dan pertama tu orang orang tujuh dia buat kebijakan minta yang mutu dia rela dan dia sendiri rela kan kata kalau kita nak sampai sama kita bahwa ini video di sekolah kita nak sampai video tu nak sampai mak orang tunjuk berkait jadi dia apa nak sampai tentang dalam sekolah apa susah kira dapat yang elektrik dia juga faisal tu lepas yang dah kan ni tu tunjuk kita dah lah ini kan mungkin buat yang panglu tentang nak panglu tak ada di situ sen dah lah ini apa di situ kan support apa diskus terima sami ini kan bisa ada yang lain kemudian lu apa hal yang awal kita harus saja juga kita terus pelak mau yo kayak apa ni waktu semua tapi kata sebenarnya dari kuiwa kata ke nurturing and support system ke kan ni tengah nomor orang yang ni kalau yang conversation dibaca yang jangan ki beriu banget ya rap ni so
kila nong seperti koreografi dalam lain saya tadi nong la kila asap train hak ni ke is it like the within the time comes of the learning process tadi through all that so kita have it through training and all that right for from IKEA
yang mentai impak ya tadi specifically on debat kita kan mulai rumah-rumah ni nang Cina kaniga kalau komponen Cina tidak pipeline sedangkan di lack no di lack bahaya kan but the opportunities on how to support the PWDs especially in the entrepreneurship space minang ya refine from time to time but minang sedang melihat tentang but katkum kacing tuhan jingbat kejoni mentang but final iru mereka nang long dari you kiomba kini application saja hati balon general di scheme kita ini di support the affiliate and apply kampung PWD kita consider bah so ka ai ka weightage ka cuan long kiong punta dari pak poi sih kata step angin yang kata mo dari so far bagi om ta kibri di bala ya keren ni kani ka yuki om bermila kan ya rapa kata kata jadi ini ka bangi ki bangi teri umir so yo kan sima di kembali yang iba ibu berapa ini orang ini orang ni apa ini di bantrai sistem apa ini di pergi suatu skill bangin le kakam dan pergi kakam dikatakan ini kan materi ke apply ya baru nanti kan ya ki ibu mah ke apply lah di tengah akran kumiru asno ba ke apply yang ngaruh dong hakino kino ki bantang bagi ikran lagi jadi dengan kembang mau bagi idan makacong kesam iyo kam apa government kumji na ki expect yang ngaruh long ta kumjuhi yang itu kalau kumjuhi penyutai lah long mama long director itu long engineer kiro lik puli kan dia long ta so kata ni kan juga pressure mah dari long kasulong lo apa kadang kan hati juni bagi hapan perkat lo bagi you natrai kan empowering kan ni keren lah kita panggil kan kita program apa nak seni bat kei bagi model bagi empower di PWDs nah ini ki familiar faces ane di badan Pak Ferdinand ni bayi balong badan ni iba layak teri ila i bentai dan ru i jimot di perkat ki balong pier ane ki bayi ini sebenarnya pada teri ki balong like minded mo di pada hakan ni ka bentai dengan teri ni dan kampun ki priyo ki pada PWD ru ki pada ni ka juga jimot but mapi ba bani ba ki bayi ki pada ka juga jimot ka teri ketika environment bagi create bagi create kanirap ikiwi ko bakit sumubro ada di kabantang nang magila ngiru ka objective suni ka long align din nila man achieve ni ka goal kapag ikwa bangi kay kata
the testimony about the law but I will say we are not only come but you know sometimes we also being what we are loving lack of motivation with encouragement and tali kumong ibabani is the golden key to everyone to be anyone that you anything that you want you become you know even you don't have
loveliness mawat seorang ni ide berubah nak sedang anak aduh khasnya nanya asal juga seorang mamluk waktu itu akan waktu bisa tu yang asal support yang asal dia kami tempat dia ini orang biasa berarti dia keras berarti yang apa dengan macam kita ini stand intervention stand kita ikon ide coba dari itu suatu dia keboleh jom orang ayat tak mulai suatu keboleh jom itu coba deh kalau anu mulai rakam long yang pakai kawan ini kabarin ini dengan kolom dan dan tak tsunami tsunami nama berdua
nama pertama berapa aja
kamu tahu tsunami nilai isya kan nilai dia usah from food chickens to young lady in boat to Southeast Asia, not affected. Southeast Asia, to that, to the boat this year. He earns a lot of money from that. They can score it. Kabang kanak mo. Kalau kamu siap dia, phone batok di mana. Penbuk siap di ateli ni time. On top of that, index government composting. Jadi sekarang udah untuk gila dia hai kata. Kita kena ada di bang iba punya. Bang. Kadang orang suka bawa dan dia tu suka bawa dia balik dia. Wah, ini push kan. Ini topik dia balik. Kalau kita ada. When it comes to education part, not a lot of person disability bala. Sorry, education. Dan nanti dan kena kita ulang lagi SD English dan di kurang Darlington sama dulu kalau jelas mau tinggi ya keren lah mau tempat dan fashion industry itu long deh asal mau sudah sebenarnya kan kalau tu masuk diskusi about how far gila power sustain lagi long Indonesia kemusyawarah buri ikut bah yang ibu nanti ini tak alam mau kan dan nak beli kayu jalan di mereka they know their own way tak dia kan tim yang tambah way part even more you bagi ni dan intervention ini if you feel don't stop tapi stop you have fear delete that you feel positive try to succeed feel succeed one day besar yo ni so job tadi stop nak feel succeed you stop tu dan you have fear. If you stop to feel, you have fear. There are lots and lots of testimony kan. Jangan niru tiba buatkan first-hand experience kita sendiri dari kampana berat setiap kita. Nanti siapa
connections ni. Kedai. And that's the thing that it's for me. Keren ni kau never give up and lay afraid when it comes to anyone for that matter. Kedai kata, tama going hai. Let's just take from third eye perspective. Macam ni, keren kum mafiru. You've been working for 12 years. Kumanga ada lecturer mo, nanti kumanga ada lecturer mo. Tip ngomong lecturer terladi mo. Tengah ada lecturer yang asupang beri lecturer kau ba kedai bang apa ben inspire kia youth rasai. Because you guys are the future. No? You guys are the future, not me. Me lah yang kamu ada. So you guys are the next. So kita kedai kau dan what's the thing is bring a kid and step every day. Benle gigi kamu mengale because masupang benle. Kedai kita. Ini iba kearsenal, apa ni kearsenal. Tengok kedai. What gets you? What wakes you up in the morning to go to your job? Kita kau kedai buat apa?
Love.
Kata tu lo.
I see the truth in that and Dia begini ni saya Muslim nama dia. Saya Muslim. It's not that we are doing them a favor. Even if we are doing them a favor. Di train tak ini mo, doktor tadi bebas siapa ya? Kalau yang tak ni, train orang dia train lagi ni. Yang train yang tak ini, itu train tak ni. Dia train lagi, ya sudah kita ni kita nak. Kita orang convergence, kita hand in hand. So if we empower them, they empower us. They have so much to learn. Naruh tak kuat. They have so much to learn about disability, about empowerment, about inclusion, about breaking barriers, about accessibility. There's so much to learn. Unlimited. When it comes to personal disability, they have so much to learn about life. They have so much to learn about what's going on in today's world. Kami actually pakai anak kata cuti, kami actually start kalau ini sudah kata kami siap dengan orang yang start monitor. There's so much to do. There's so much. The first important thing is to stop stigma, to stop stereotype. Yang kata actually don't enter. Kabar kerja yang ada start monitor, create control monitor. To stop stereotype, stop stigma. Mengalir monitor. But I will surely break the barrier, create inclusion, sustain that and create a proper accessibility for everything when it comes to scheme, when it comes to physical accessibility, when it comes to when it comes to accessibility to scheme, government, accessibility, and for example, with that accessibility, Shillong but I think MGL scheme, scheme, that special job that person disability. Like itu, you get the same pay. As long as you show your pay, they don't pay you that month. That's inclusion, that's breaking barrier, and they don't do that special shocking. That's not fair for everybody, that's not fair. That's not fair for disabled and non-disabled also. There are few show up, few one, kita kalau itu ditimau, belum mana, they get paid. Places ni, for that 100 days, jual, masih tahu ni lagi, no pressure, ni, dan nasional pun ada pressure apa, terikut ya. Kalau kita so slowly, we have been able to change the mindset. Not 100%, maybe I think so 5, 6, 4, 5% like change the mindset, not 100%, but that week we have in the morning, but and let's play and do this and do that and create so many things with opportunities.
It's a real humbling experience, not a people come, experience at the end of the day, so appeal, make them appeal, so long, at least you make us so, but they tell you we more than it makes your day, you know, what makes you up in the morning? Cut out the play, it's a long walk, they can't start the day when I because I know that I go to my job, I know that I can inspire kids, even if it's just 1 or 2 today. Don't wait, take more people can. If so more people cut arsenal fee, if you're a good person, you can choose any job, but you took 12 years to stick to this job and helping people. And then, too long away, reality check not too long away. Beyond that also has to be there. You know, actually, if you can get why trouble.
Very santai. Mulai dari rumah. Aku pun mulai kelas 6 months dia nak langsung kalau dia langsung saat itu. Rohi memang mana exam nama. Dia exam tu. Kalau kita kelas ni exam tu apa? Dia yang pilih pilih. Atau tak ada boleh boleh kalau kita. So boleh akhirnya step sama boleh kita orang ini tu jadi kita yang sukses. Nama apa pun kita tahu di sini. Lima punya asyik. Ada family ye, orang ye, pilih boleh kini. Dah lagi di sisi ada. Boleh kadang nak purpose ini boleh mak boleh buku boleh take. Tak permission boleh. Dah lagi boleh. Kadang mau pergi step tak boleh. Nanti tek lagi siap tom. Tek dah lagi sudah lagi boleh ada umur lama di situ. Kini itu untuk so mereka sama mengira sport juga. Tak nak orang itu belum. Dan perlu siap untuk ayo so kita keren gitu gitu. Ini kita tak Sila kata orang nak baca. Kita masuk sini. Apa mau ini mana kami rasa bawa. Dan kata kecuali boleh gawai. Masuk aku itu pun nak kam jadi deh. Raya. Starting buat sini lagi. We have expect, but accept apa yang mau pada rahmat. Waktu berkat sampai nanya, selek ada orang berkata, maksudnya bermantaran. Kim stop, rumah, ya, weng tak pada mir, cuma bermantaran. Kalau pada mir buat kalau terima weng bermantaran sini. Kata, mana sih kira? Tahu mau pulau di jatuh di, kilo, ya, kilo kan. Tapi pasti di pepat. So kami ni kalau kat Arsenal dengan stick terus di situ kita pun ada musician tu apa dia kata 5 years aku dah kata kalau orang begini kita ni semua tu rasa apa selalu ni belum tahu mana macam kalau kisah yang tu kisah sekolah Siapa orang tu mesti one kan kau kita
just
tapi berjian untuk dia sebetulnya tadi macam begini orang ini pet kamu busai ke sini ya saya kira sangat syok kamu akhlak dan kita kena lihat mau busai sebab orang di sini kami berkumpul lagi kenapa nomor ini dia kata apa ya kau ini kata betul punya kita sekarang pun kita itu dan kita itu orang buat dan kawan dengan susah ini seperti kan dan mereka nak mereka bilang dan kalau kawan pula jadi persen kawan pula jadi kayak istimewa tu kan ni betul lihat tak tapi waktu ngaku banyak ngaku kau balik keleng macam ini tu orang ni dan kau yang mana macam dari musician masuk bang kamu kejunya pernah kali sampai kalau boleh berubah jadi antara apa yang ini kita dapatkan hari ada anak itu berikan hari ada anak itu tangui alam boleh berubah kalau ini sangat miskin pekat betul lagi maximum for 7 years time kami ada di kereta ini yuk bisa sih yuk bisa tipusi yuk bisa tipusi kalau ngiwai kami ni ngiwai tu bukan saja oleh ni belum bisa lah ngiwai terdekat sama saja sempat kalau lama dan kau nak buat itu apa terang pendapatan ini mah ayo kita mahu sempat kerja kita mereka coba siapa maksudnya baru sakti untuk mereka ada teknologi ini ada apa sih yang terlalu menggunakan teknologi ini teknologi shomohi teknologi maniwa angkam. Tapi saya ini sebelum pergi kesalahannya itu spesies mengapa aku tangkap. Tengah aku malu kembali. Aku pernah juga apa sih beli dua epok ini. Ni penting beli kau nggak itu sih phone. Lihat satu ini sepak, lihat satu ini sepak. Kau yang aku pakai beli juga nak stop. Mencoba nilong pro, maka kelas lain tempat. Apa ayam itu tempat ini di bawah rumah ini yang orang saya beli buat ibu juga ada yang tengah pakai lagi apa naikkan kamu naikkan benar sih apa kalau ini bisa naik benar saya tengah ini naik benar pak dalam kabulkan saya melakukan sih menyampaikan dalam yang terkejut terpikir yang terkejut setiap apa yang ini apa air ini kalau astronot dan tak beli sampai tidak terlalu kata aku doi penolong yang ada anak yang sih nah benar kan anak yang sih benar kan anak yang sih
Kalau very challenging, it is a challenging job. I think of you really hard. Kadang kita away what so kemalan I sim. Challenging is okay. Boleh pakai. Thay bilang orang tu jadi itu way out thay pun lepas dia ini thay tu jadi itu mengunta. But being this field to make a pakai it takes a lot of spirit. Even ngaruh sometimes I lose my patience watching. But up, mana orang level pain. Kau mau ibaw, orang nak sol bernyo apa no?แต่ช่วงที่เขาอยากจะเกี่ยวกับฟีกุมมันบางกันเนี่ยต้องฟีกับไอ้ช่างใครมั้ง
Ani kata ni, boleh soal ibu malam ada semua tu. Mak pun fit yang dari ni mau yang ni terpak ni hendak nak. Mak pun terus, you ni we ya ismat mengahap siusah prai mut. Wah ni kan answer tu. Kayak kata restore and patient. Patient saya, mau itu cepat. Cepat kadang tinggal you know rumah berlatih. So many things experience. Kalau kan mau ni but express dia ni words am on the thing right. Jadi bagi mak ibu ini kita minum kami. Kalau mau ini ngapain itu dia mentah. Kata tadi doi syarat. Ajak kita di sini. Kalau mau dia orang sebab saya di tulisan. Kau cuma tanya di sini. Kerana apa orang ni? Kamu juga ini. Tim juga kalau boleh. Orang nak ikan ini dia buat bisnes ni. Macam ikan ini ada bisnes ni. Nabe kili nak. Ikan ini nama bunyi diesel. Skill juga ni saya share. Mana? Pada ini Instagram ada cerita mana? Hard working exceptional people. Jadi interior designer. Kemudian nak mix craftsman. Nak mix mechanical. Nak mix sticky. Dan kemudian nak kata. Nama boleh traditional. Ini sekemat. Patience seperti. Squeeze kan orang mesti kata. Kamu cuma apa ni? Mata. Sudah kata. Squeeze traditional. Kami dia kata. Tambah waktu pekan orang ada lelai akan suka ya orang lain. Lupa yang malu. Kamu siapa pun satang mah. Oh, dan kebiasaan orang FM, siapa kata tu? Kamu siapa pun tu. What's camp? Register tu video. Ada film mau siapa pernah dibuat poin kai. Lek kata kan. Amar kau di sini poin kan. Penumi kita di jingeru. Amar kau tak ada kan. Ini kata jingeru pilihan. Oh lek kita. Ini punya apa sih ada video so syarat juga kan. Kian kisah. Ada juga lagi juga kian kisah. Supaya orang kian itu kita berdua. Sekali benar.
Yang kedua, dalam hidup ternam marah ke GCB mungkin patah atau mau jumpa. Yang kedua, jadi saya orang pihak kira step kira dua boleh benaik tak boleh kita. Jadi kata hanya berapa pasal miru. Dua boleh benaik boleh. Lembar kata yang baru di ice cream bisa punya lagi. The visa punya panggung boleh kuno ini rap iba, baca punya rap kuno, iba petrap ini nama babeni rap kuno dengan kawai pernah sesuatu ketika kudu warna rumah, orang kena ba, to, or you set a goal, you have made a life of yourself, smart, creative, teman giving back, mau apa tu iba tentang kuno thay mau pi thay filapoi, the filapoi kata kuno berfirman ayo tak so, kuno pi ayam yang kan dimana salah yang pi.
Ni yang lima kajian ni oh, skills saya macam tu dia ini kalau linang, kajian linang, ilong ndera Shillong jaga follow, he is a specialist. Jadi kita orang si ini juga. Tapi boleh pakai apa? Do machine tu, ni pak dah no do machine. Tengok lu sekarang engineer lu, misal kalau tak saya boleh jadi tak sempat ada. Katakan ni jadi pikir apa? Wah, benar sekali. Kau train, ini pun kan. Jadi ini kita kau sebenarnya yang ada branch kan.
Yang kata giving back ni, kum tahu ayo punya skill ketika we baham idea. Kata tu dari perkat bahamu beri usaha. Ni ke kamu juga ni, you give us, we give you back. Ni, and kata kapoi bagi bahon ni ayo tosok tamang ini penyarap kiwi tu. Ini pun betang tadi. Mo kata kali kami. Yang ini syarjah kalau ice tea mentah mo. Di rumah isu. Kami kau masa tas ni syarjah ni put kini bawa jadi syarjah conversation tas ni lejengnya keren. Tapi kalau tradition jungi kini podcast jungi dia banyak orang kerja air mensim kibri pasal kantam. Penyok tak orang berair mensim ki. Bagi dalam kibri orang orang pihak ki everyone cepi, jadi everyone cuba orang, ki everyone cuba bani. Never anyone datang nak ke. Tama boleh pakai bagi saudara kedai kami. Tama lembah ke YouTube, lembah ke podcast kami yang tasik conversation kalau apa yo iki. Bawa mai ke media ke bahkan cisah. Kemudian ke bawah show with hot, aku hantu dan mereka jenis keren tas ni podcast aku ni. Tama kau kata kibri berskap ni. Kibri belum disable kisah ni. But it's a place to everyone. Everyone is equal. And kata gue, tengok kau pernah try way ke di orang ke, aja mensim nak lapan angom nak ke department of film lagi berapa, ya ramai film mensim lagi. Nak try lapan kamera mana try tapi pet way try lapan kalau kau berjing mensim oh.
Kata lagi kerana ada menel kedai Jepang mensim ni, orang diikut di kajing mensim katlang betba. Ya, Kristen menek hadir, but lu inspire anyway. Kata.
Hadir menanti. dia.
Sedia.
Một ông cũng như hàng xem các bài tôi là tiền đi bằng thì rồi thì các ta thì quá đấy thì don đi quá một xem tentang person with disability kan they felt that they stigmatized kan one mohon nak tu kan ajak semua orang macam tu cannot do amla diberi katnya bukan amla Laduna kita very less apa berkat pun kata berkat mah Laduna apa tambah video ni siapa mana try wah di kalah clear deh no kalian kalah clear deh so I punya deh
semua
naik sampel mah dan mah the one hit in mid lock buat option tak lang di mana pan Vietnamese on pak option mana wan jauh ni pan ni pak long sebelum mana pol ada polisi pun muat lawat pak laktup membit nama dia kalau hujur kalau bit of jadi jasmat wah tuai hạt mong bạc dùng nhà lúc tuai wat dan được vào đó phải đào wat suy laju ni kalau ya baru ini ya ini non disabled kata dan baru bahwa ini wat itu siapa itu thank you
selamat
Nakajang jawa dah apa yang be patient. Baru patience baru apa? Jadi ni kita kiap ni. Buat cuba nak ngantri hanya orang sejar sini. Nanti start. Suki jai kita yuk silap. Sedang sudah isikan, makan, lainkan, saudara, nombor 10, longgar. Angkat tanya apa? Patient, kita. Yang ini akan ikut pilih kalau soalnya tidak apa. Subhanallah, different ni ikut. Nasyarah tak senjata ni pilih Buddhis. Jelas nama. Boleh nama. Ni nama normal. Sukai deh. Pilih Buddhis. Yang no different ni ikut. Ni dengan yang jujur berkhid. Mafi yang different. Kada firman balik. Firman rayu cakap ni. Belum yang kalian lebih you. Dalam ini mengai ini ni, oh kita tujuh ni, bobot boleh ni. Ada filek lebih pada kalau different, macam ini kesekian sampai penjalan, expand, angkat.
Terima kasih.
Kabar semua ini yang apa? Orang kayak orang itu nak Disabilities kan? Baik bidang kefijaman, ada filtration tahun dah, orang berandai ni pak, ada orang cumi kamu baik. Yang nak kerja, fresh tahun yang orang apa kata pensalam successful di musik Indonesia.
Mishpun baru, saya biang dengan kanjeng kerana tasni. Efektif kamunya semua mungkin tidak baru number sih Shopee, nunai ini mungkin helpline ini support pakai description down below. Nanti kita di Instagram itu, dan Instagram nanti kita baru yang pakai kelamnya connect no, tapi so dan menimtas ni diberi pesan kita akan diam lagi kerana jeniu inquire information dan kami inquire kami baca ini kelamnya kerana kami jeniu. Takeaway saya kalau saya shopkan close mereka. Cool conversation. Kita tengok not every superhero wears capes. We all have our own part to play. And being a hero is one thing that Natry iba mga mapikat ba deh ni borok pas kami kini ke podcast, so you are a hero yourself. Tama kuno hishim kini ke responsibility. Tama mo Spider-Man ang kuno. With great power comes great responsibilities. Dini tagar gue. Deh hot nang kata bawal on. Deh kondisinya borok pas kau kantam. Deh sampai borok tidak ada description down below. Borok ingin sabolo borok di Instagram ki helpline ki contact ki DM ki ngatai ki long eager hi ben reply koi. Để cái ta có thể until next time mo ko nga ka ka lo-fi evening shim isha ni de hidam ya kran ki brio ka don kam ya kran man ta na shi de kran ni ro ka don de ko we ka ta grab your favorite beverage until next time, see you and have a great evening ahead. Okay ho chop good ngaru ham kali nhất để ko we na SRC ki ko ba ai ka you ko ba ai ke ki ta nes de nga fai ba ban ban de
so much.
Kumurong ni Juan sa Lo-Fi Evening Podcast kini ke episode kebasaw so komentas ni ba Lo-Fi Evening dipipet compare kini ya dipipet compare dan we just ini contoh coba introduce ini kabar ong ba tentang ni dengan kerensan ketika Empowerfest 2023 the visa dipipet ha Instagram juna kamtam nilapo ki notification sound to in I hope that you guys have enjoyed one honey dan games te kibri ke ba pet ini ke podcast ini kembali shibun ke yang live ini ke episode basal te entas ni dan ke we masuk ke mana entas ni Lo-Fi Evenings dan in collaboration but kes SRCDA pet ngahap pet iba anggaran teu no di SRCDA temahot pet ayo tentang ini ke to be frank I'm not something ketik tentang teknologi issue. But anyway guys, thank you for watching, thank you for subscribing, thank you for liking and commenting. Come down below and take an official note. If it wasn't for you guys, we'll never be this far. And so I just want to say something also. This is the second season of the Lo-Fi Evening Podcast. They come down Baru hati bas yang masuk kuliah mo before tip spontaneity la flap ke description down below. Then menta ni dong ne ismanda pangro menta and hey, why don't you introduce yourself a bit so that the viewers will know who you are actually.
So thank you so much for that introduction, the fourth introduction.
Fourth episode,
fourth introduction.
Yes.
So, Nakategi Samanda Pundro. I come from the background of art and design. So professionally, I am an industrial designer. I've worked in the field of UI UX design, and right now I've started my own design agency that's based here in Shillong. So what we do is we work with local businesses and we provide a set of design services. So that's largely what I like to do, and we're also expanding into brand strategy and other services that we can provide for many other local businesses. So apart from that, I explore art in a visual sense. So I really delve into it more from it started as a hobby, but now I think it's become more of a lens through which I can also share different perspectives and stories with the community that we have here in Shillong, in Meghalaya, and beyond. So yeah, that's a little bit about me.
Wow, okay. Huge long resume that's this long. Anyway, but yeah, thank you for being here and thank you for sparing the time. It's very, very important. So I just want to ask, is like, how did you, in a very, how to start the conversation? How it says that, how did you reach to a point where you love art, right? Because for me personally, I've always liked drawing, but I never took it seriously. Most of the time, I was like, okay, I'll draw a stick figure, and that's it. That's the thing I can do, okay? So don't insult me, guys. So anyway, so can you tell me how did you reach to a point where art is your thing, kind of thing? How did you find this talent?
So I think a lot of it, I think it happens with everyone. You sort of figure out something that in your childhood or something that really piqued your interest at a very, very young age. So if you ask people who have known me from the wee little years, I've always been that type of person who never sits still with an idea. So whether it's cardboard, whether it's paper, whether it's drawing, it's always been that outlet for me to express. It's always been that thing that I really, really love to do, regardless of whether someone likes it or not. So it's always been a passion of mine, and I'm so fortunate today that I get to do it as my profession as well. So it's really, really nice to be able to also share it also with people. So I think it started, I think for many of us, our talents started at a very young age. So I think that's where it all began.
Yeah. I mean, it's one of those things where you have to really look deep down to reach this point. Can I ask you, which moment in your time, for me personally, when I started, collaborating away, and I don't know if it's a profession right now, but it took a certain kind of event, a certain kind of spark, right? So where did that spark came from, according to you, the spark of being an artist?
I think, so our household, we normally treasure a lot of old heirlooms. There's a painting by a relative of mine we don't have a picture of him. We have a picture of a landscape painting that he had made of elephant calls. So his signature is there, his name is there, but there's no face to that piece of art, But it really struck a chord with me, and it really impacted me, because I remember here is this unknown face, but he's touched this piece of work, he's made this. So I think that really one of the pieces at home that really is there. Even today, we have it hung in our drawing room. So I think pieces like that you kind of experience and you kind of are face to face with, I think that really talks about the power of art to really impact someone and to really kind of take, change your perspective and really reach that. So yeah, I think that's...
Yeah. Changing your perspective, because if you really, I really feel that this, sometimes art you have to look from a different angle, right? Because if you look at now, so to say, photography, right? Photography is such a huge thing now, even anyone can learn photography. But, how do you find that angle, of saying that I'm gonna paint from this angle? that perspective, because that has to be there, right? So can you explain a bit about like how is your train of thought before you apply it to a canvas or when you apply it to your designs, if you don't mind me asking?
So I think a lot of it is also with art, right? There's not actually a right or wrong. I feel when you start out, there's a lot more possibility. I feel like down the line when you take it up as a profession, okay, you're more conscious of the critics, you're more conscious of, I'm doing it this way, that way, and then you also take into consideration all other artists that are doing amazing things out there. But I think when you start out, the beauty of art is that it's just you and whatever you wish to create. So, for example, I was just out there looking at all the amazing pieces of art that are created by PWDs as well. I mean, there's literally no right or wrong, like I said. There's no limit. It's just find the right material, express yourself, and then you never know where it can go. Like I was seeing some art with pebbles. I can imagine. You're in a place. There's no access to paper. You have pebbles to work with. Okay, great. It just takes a little imagination. So I really feel the beauty of art in that way is that you're coming from your own personal experience, your own, personal journey, and the way you can express that and showcase it and share it with others. It may be beauty, it may be pain, it may be your hardships. The beauty of art is to be received. So I feel, that's basically. I think what we're here today also is to celebrate the capabilities and the abilities of PWDs and to celebrate inclusivity, and I think art is one of the mediums that can really kind of celebrate that for everybody.
Yeah, I totally agree. Because we are here in this, shall we say this forum, shall we say more or less, and we are here for a purpose, and that is to bring inclusivity, right? So, because if you really think about how art is, art is one of those things where it does have a different perspective, right? And it's on the art outside. It doesn't take too much, it doesn't take that, an only able person, but even a person with disability can also do it. So how do you in this experience that you have gone here, and you must have met a lot of people as well, right? What kind of horizon has opened your mind, what kind of perspective have you seen through your exposure here? Because I have always noticed that, like I said, we talked about it earlier in the previous episode also, on the previous, when the panels were there, is that stigma, right, of saying, oh, they cannot do anything, But then, if you think about it, they can do many things, but just that we have to look from a different angle. So can you tell me about a bit of how that exposure when you came here and seeing such kind of art, did it intrigue you in some way or the other?
I want to say one thing. This is, I think, points back to what Papan was saying earlier. We talk about the difference between being able and differently able, and for us to celebrate the word differently, right? Especially in art, you bring in that perspective that's uniquely your own. No one else can sort of have that same experience. I want to point out that there's a lot more you can do. I feel like there's a lot more you can push. You can, for example, I was just going through videos on YouTube. There's an artist who's colorblind, and all they can see is the color red. They can notice on a palette, right? So you can imagine that's something of a hindrance to that person from a normal person's perspective. But the artworks that they create becomes their own style, because everything is in red, everything is this visual of just, that really strong color, red. And it really speaks to that person's journey. So I feel like it becomes their own unique style, it becomes who that person is, right? And here we don't have to, with the art, right, we don't have to compete, let's say you're PWD, you don't have to compete with the skills that someone who's, normal, so to say, has. You can create your own style, create your own avenues, create your own language, so it's really in how you kind of take that further. For example, let me just take another thing, like since the panelists earlier were mostly men, so let me bring in a female perspective. The Jansam, for example, right? The Jansam, what we know it is a simple material that's worn by every woman, right? What if you customized it for a person, a PWD person, right? how would they experience, and me as not having that kind of perspective, I would never be able to really cater to that segment, right? This is also because I come from the design background, so this kind of plays on it. But imagine if you as a PWD person, you understand the day-to-day struggles with how do you put on a Jensem, or how do you know, someone who, let's say, who's a little more dumb, but on come to Nakapor, so to say. So let's say you have those kind of issues. Imagine what you could do with just that idea. It becomes a business idea, it becomes something you can take, right? You scale it. And it's not just people who are PWDs who are able to use it. Imagine your old age and your grandmom, I bet. I've heard of women who stitch up the two sides of the Jensam just so they could wear it. You know, and then the blouse, right, it becomes this whole mono piece kind of thing. So those kind of ideas would only come from you. Like, we cannot dream up these ideas because we don't experience them more day to day. So think about those kind of things. Like, I was also looking at concerts abroad, right? All the concerts have sign language interpreter. What if Cherry Blossom had a sign language interpreter, right? What if your literary fest? What if, you know, all these things, the avenues where you show up, you make your presence known, and that's really where you can bring in the change, right? Like, even we take notice. So I think there's really that perspective, that spark, right? Like when you were saying, like, you just go, you do it, you bring in the idea, the facilitators will be there, right? And we were also talking about the power of media. Like, I'm sure through your podcast as well, you've been able to strike up so many different conversations with so many different people. So even through media, right, you have the phone. The phone is catered to PWDs as well. Accessibility, you can change up the colors if you have problems. You can have the screen reader, you have so many things with the phone. I think just yesterday, Amazon Pay had amped up their app so that it'll be easier for PWDs. So the world has taken notice. It's just that, you know, maybe our state or maybe the place we're in, we're still limited by our minds, we're limited by our ideas. But there's a whole range of possibilities, whether you take tech or what you can create with your hands, what you can dream up. You know, there's really, really no limits.
I totally agree. Like, you know, I think we need to, like you said, there's so many different avenues that are coming up. You know, I mean, art is not just limited to drawing, right? Because I've noticed that so many times. You say, oh, you're artistic guys, we know how to draw, right? More or less. But now art has taken a very new level. AI now coming into the scene, right? So, have you ever noticed that also when you try to understand art, it really takes, you know, especially since we're here with everyone who's more PWDs and people who are not PWDs, right? So what I'm trying to say is that art is such a universal language that everyone can go to. So with your experience, with your art, how have you touched, like, you know, the people's life in your life as well? Like, when they see, even most people who don't know you, when they see your art, they can understand, like, okay, you can also interpret your emotions, you can also show that your, you know, what your intentions with that art, you know? So can you speak a bit about that if you don't know?
Sure. So, a great question, by the way. So, how I started my art also, I would say I'm a little also weird in that sense, because I started painting on tea bags, I think back in 2017. I was living in the city, I was feeling very homesick, and there was really no one to talk to. So at that stage, words are not my best tool, right? What else do I have in my skill set? What else can I use? So I love tea. That's the thing about it. I love a good cup of tea, and I would start painting on the tea bags as canvases because I thought the material was really interesting. It's just a case of observing what was there in front of me and just using what I had. So I started back in 2017, and what I usually paint is just scenes of Khasi scenes, anything related to roots, things with women, things I grew up hearing from my grandma, you know, very, very sort of everyday things that people sometimes overlook. And I think it was only during the pandemic that it sort of struck a chord with more people, because in that state, everyone was kind of, you know, it was a hard time mentally for everybody, you know, regardless of where you were, it was a very, very hard time. So that medium kind of spoke to a lot more people, and I think it became sort of a therapy for me personally, but I think it also became something that other people would look forward to, sharing it, and it sort of has become a community now. So I share it on this page called Canva on Canvas. So it's really evolving, and every year I kind of just take more time to kind of share more on that. So that's really how my art journey has begun, and I think I'm still figuring things out. It's still something that I wish I had more time for, and I seriously use it as a way to de-stress. Seriously use it as a way to kind of sit back and just really reflect on things. So that's really what I still aim to pursue with that, the artistic expression.
Good point you said there is that about understanding. I mean, letting out your emotions or art, right? Because if you look at mental illness as well, it's such a trending topic, shall we say. Even a Tom, Dick and Harry, just because you had a bad day doesn't mean you have mental illness, pure information, okay? So mental illness is kind of like a thing that goes way beyond that. So just like Babani said earlier, he was saying that about some people, they are very suicidal in their thoughts as well. Especially talking about PWDs, just imagine every day of their lives they are getting judged. It's not a matter of joke, and that's why we had someone to explain everything in detail, right? So do you think it's kind of like a therapy to have art as a part of your part of your day-to-day life?
100%. I believe even now they're considering art as therapy, as a subject. So if you're really not feeling that well, you need to take it up as a subject. So I mean, it's amazing. Like he was saying, now is the golden era where there's so many opportunities, and I think it's also because the way we think now has totally evolved. Like we said, also the media has a part to play in it. I feel like now, even if you're a youngster, even if you're an adult, we have to accept that these new ideas, we have to accept that the world is changing and we can't just keep thinking, the old ways. So art is therapy. I feel it's one of the key things that is really coming up now, where you just open a warehouse, just let people paint, splash some paint on a wall or something, it's totally like be free. That's really, if we had one in Shillong, that would be great. If anybody wants to set up something like that, I'm pretty sure it would go off really well.
I mean, I hope that one day there'll be a place where everyone can express themselves for who they are, right? Especially when it comes to art, because art transcends boundaries, right? And another thing is that I've noticed that most of my life, as I have gone through, I feel like the subject art has not been catered too much to the PWDs. I feel in formal education, I would say. And you coming from, I am IIT, my apologies. See, I'm so bad with acronyms, so please don't mind. But how has it been after knowing people, and you even won the contest for I think there were the hemp contest recently, and you won. So after winning that contest, did it give you a different, when you go back, that exposure that says that probably I think it's time for formal education to start giving avenues when it comes to artistry, especially to PWDs, right? So I think being IIT, I guess, are so open-minded people in a place like Mumbai, right? So can you explain a bit about that?
Sure. So interestingly enough, I was really stoked to be called here today, because I feel like parts of my journey as well have come full circle. So let me explain a little bit. When I was in Mumbai, we had I was part of the IDC School of Design, so it's a department within the institution. And I had two batchmates who were hearing impaired. And this one guy was so cool, he didn't care about anybody's opinion, he'd always do his own thing, and he had a hearing aid. So whenever the profs, we would have lectures, and we have some really boring profs, he'd just switch off his hearing aid and sit in class. And we would be so jealous of, just the ability to do that. But they were really interesting to be around, because you would think like we were talking about certain people, asking for cookie or things like that. But no, they were really headstrong individuals, even with that, being a PWD. But it got me thinking that even at that institution level, there's a space for people with, disabilities. And a lot of times, I think it's something to do with family, maybe it's something to do with the household, where we're not accepting of giving people an opportunity to experience centers of learning like this. But thankfully, we have a lot of places in India. The minute you're a PWD, you have a place there, you're given access. So this particular batchmate of mine as well, I remember he had a project, and his project was to show something visually, right? Communicate something. So his project was to show how his mom had raised him, and what were the challenges of his mother raising him with his disability. And he communicated that to people, and the minute you do that, you kind of create awareness for something. And I think that was the power he had with what he was given there. And it was a really, very, moving kind of experience as well for someone who was just a spectator to that as well. So they were there, and I remember, there was a place near our institute as well. Very popular place, eating place. It was called Madirna and Mine. Great food, amazing service, and it was run by hearing impaired waiters, so staff. I don't know about the cooks, I bet the cooks were also pretty great, but the staff and all the menus had sign language. The minute you enter, every table has a menu, every table has an explanation of how you can greet the staff and how you can make your order. So if you want this, you make this, you want this. And, that becomes an experience, right, for someone who's outside of that environment. And we were IITs, right? You think like, okay, IIT is so big, hi-fi and all of that. But we're there and we're like, okay, we're the ones who are not able to communicate in this language. Because when you're there, you have to order with the sign language. And it was amazing, So very humbling to kind of be in that seat, and kind of experience that. So they were, I think that was a very, that struck a chord with me, like I said, that experience. And to this day, I feel like even in Shillong, let's say we have a general stall that's run by, and we set up something like that, set up the menu in a way that you can, other people come in and they'll have to use sign language to kind of, I feel like these experiential things are still lacking here. You can bring in these ideas. It just takes a little bit, right? It's a business idea. There. Open a Jado stall, become the first Jado stall in Meghalaya, maybe Shillong, that has sign language interpreters, that has sign language servers, and slap on the curtains, the signature curtains that you have at the entrance, slap on a signboard, and I feel like that right there is a fantastic enterprise. So things like that. And you were saying also with the department, I remember back in 2020, I had designed the logo we had set out a competition to design the logo for the Office of the Commissioner for Persons with Disabilities, and straight I had won. That was also
Congratulations.
But that was the first time where I actually got to combine my design skills with trying to research what is the lingo of persons with disabilities, what exactly is this subject about, and kind of bring those two things, So that was the first time where I actually kind of delved deep into researching, into understanding what this field is about, how it's perceived, how should I bring this about in a design that will be perceived equally by everybody. So I feel like everything has accumulated to this one moment here today, full circle moment. And I'm excited. I hope people kind of change their mindsets. We all need to change our mindsets and look out. We can't be stuck with our own kind of. Community is a beautiful thing, but it's very hard to change. Mindset is very, very hard to change, especially for close-knit communities like ours. But we have to work together. We have to bring in that change together. I think.
I mean, like you said, the main thing about the PWDs and the non-PWDs, right? It's like it has that kind of like kind of segregation or something that you can't connect. But I think art is one of the things that have and still is a communicator here and there. Right? Like you said, in the restaurant, they immediately have to do a sign language talk, to order, and that's something that I think really need to work on communication. And shout out to you, Gordon, RJ Gordon. We're talking about the communication point of view, right? So, I mean, if you really look at nowadays, we don't talk to each other anymore. We don't talk to each other anymore. Why? Because if you just look at us also, we don't talk to anyone. It's all through mobile phones now, right? But don't you think that art is kind of a way to communicate to a person as well? Like, don't you think? Because nowadays, if you look at any cafe you go to, no one talks to anyone. I remember this example, I over-saturated it, okay? So, there was once I was going to one of the cafes, I won't mention which cafe, it's very nice, okay. So, it was there, they were having this couple, okay? So, like this boyfriend and girlfriend went there, and so they ordered their food, and both of them, they're looking at their phones, and they're eating at the same time. I don't know how they do that, as I'm okay.
It's a bit of bad day.
Probably, yeah. I think the guy must be, in his texting skills, has lots of residue, you know what I mean? So, what I'm trying to say is it communication very, very important, whether it's PWD or not PWD, you know?
I think regardless, like you said, regardless, for everybody, sharing is important. I feel like sometimes we beat ourselves down, we become our own worst critics, especially if you feel isolated, and you can feel so isolated in today's age where there's so much tech and there's so much that's supposed to be connecting everybody, but at the same time it's isolating people more and more and more. And I feel like for the youth especially, it's really hard, it's really tough. And I feel like we need to be kind to ourselves, we need to talk to people, we need to share, it needs to be, that's why we need more spaces where we're able to share, like your podcast. And like an event like today, right, where we empower each other, we talk to each other. I think even Benny was saying, like, you have to move that stone, right? You'll have challenges, you'll have phases where you really will beat yourself down when you can't achieve what you're trying to achieve. But you have to push that boulder up the hill, so to say, right? But I like to also think of it, coming to the spirit of community, coming to the spirit of conversing with others, being social. We need to push it up together. So the moment you get, a collaboration happening, I believe even he has a team of 12, it's not easy to do things alone. It's not easy, especially in Shillong. Like from personal experience as well, starting my business. It's really not easy when you're alone, but we have that power of community and connect, We're lucky to be here. People from the West, people from outside, they're studying how we live, they're studying how well we have our tribes, we have our clans, where people are looking at us, people outside are looking at us and they're trying to learn like, hey, what is the secret they have? And we are busy trying to become something else. We're not able to appreciate that, hey, this is our strength, so we need to tap into our strength, tap into our community. We have the department here today that's conversation needs to keep continuing and also action along with it. So
I agree with that because I've noticed that most of the time, your ideas and innovations and all this doesn't happen. It can happen through DM, obviously. But then it doesn't just happen like that. It's like you have to have a personal conversation. Have you ever noticed that most of the time when you have need to show an idea? Right. You have to be physically there, right? Because you cannot talk to a person via a screen nowadays. If you talk to a person, all due respect, long distance relationship, most time why you don't work? Because you're looking through the phone, right? So what I'm trying to say, I didn't disrespect anyone, okay? I'm just saying, okay? But most of the time it happens that, communication when you're physically there. You said having a community is so important, like to share ideas, right? So let me ask you, sometimes do you feel that, it's important that we need to bring together all people together and talk about, innovative ideas? Coming from an art background, which I'll be talking later about, how computers can work and how AI can do it. But what do you think by having a community where art plays a very important role? I think that's and it's inclusive for everyone, I guess.
I feel especially for our culture because we have so many different traditional crafts. We have so much music in us, right? So it's really embedded already in our blood, right? You have to consider that. Let's say Kotham village, for example, it's a very artistic environment, right? How did they come to that point where they didn't use words but they whistled or they sung tunes? Even if you find people in the paddy fields, where they don't have, right? They have tunes, right? To work together, get the beat. Like I'm sure now, okay, we have so many people playing a lot more Western music or something, their own version of that, right? But music has frequency, and frequency kind of builds that. So I feel like we already have it embedded in us. It's just a matter of tapping into that. Our weaving skills, our bamboo skills, and so on and so forth. It's just a matter of kind of tapping into those things, recognizing things in each other. I think sometimes if you're working alone, you kind of doubt yourself a lot more. Especially if you're an artist, you are so hard on yourself and it gets stuck in the mind. I feel, if anyone can resonate with this. Especially if you're a humble artist, it's very hard. You need to get that external push from someone, and it takes someone else to kind of push you towards it. I'm sure everyone can relate to a point in time where you just can't do it, but some word of encouragement from somebody just takes one person to kind of push you towards it. So I feel like, we can tap into so much more, with our skills that we can bring individually, skills that our culture has already embedded within us. It's just the possibilities are endless.
Yeah. And have you noticed that anything relating to creativity has always been like the biggest critic will always be you. Even like you get validation from anyone. The best art, you have when it comes to fitness as well, if you have the best physique, you have the best physique, and you'll be like, do I have the best physique? Right. Like, have you ever been hard on yourself? Like, especially like since we're talking about today, right? How can you get away from that being too hard on yourself sometimes? You need to give a little bit of rest sometimes, I believe.
I think you just do it. You just do it. I'm so happy to see people selling their art. We can be so hard on ourselves and we think, okay, no one's going to value it. There are people here who are selling. I got a really, really nice diary that's been nicely done, quality paper. I can see so many other quality products here. And I'm so happy that they're selling it, because the primary problem with a lot of creatives, art or design, is that we don't know how to price our work. We don't know what the value of our work. You put in hours of it, and then at the end of the day, you're like, okay, maybe I'll just give it away for free, or at least this person has appreciated it. No. I feel like you demand the value that you put into that thing, and you have the skill, you're showing up, you're doing it. And I feel like those artists, whoever they may be, doing the cards, doing all the different items out there, they should be really proud that they're demanding value for their work. Because it's not easy for anyone, regardless PWD or not. It's not easy for a creative especially to demand value.
Yeah, I think that you wrote a very, very good point there, because sometimes you tend to, being a good person yourself, right, and for everyone out here as well, I think you tend to, if you're being a good, it's like, I can give for free, it's no problem, but you have worked hard on that. If you created a song, or you wrote a poem, or you drew something, I think no person should have the right to say that I can take that for free, So that is something that I really do agree. Because the value that you give, your hard work and effort, it's not a matter of joke to draw the whole thing or to make a certain thing that is of your own creation. It takes a lot of time. And most people expect that, it's free, so since you're my cousin, I can take it for free,
Right, the relative card.
Yeah, the relative card. Say, hey, I'm your cousin brother, so you have to. Yeah, mama. Exactly. I think coming back, to even when it comes to music as well, you notice that, I think, okay, you're having a concert, so give me free tickets, right? It's like, that is like taking advantage to some extent, and that's a very, very sad thing to see, especially when I've had a guy named Nangsam, I don't know if you know him, he plays on so many bands. He was saying that, some people after having everything set on, they would just come to me, give me free tickets. Dude, we worked hard for this. So I think that is a very, very good point. I think for PWDs, you should never take advantage of you, especially when it comes to your hard work and dedication. So yeah, it's a good segue actually. I thought asking, as with the coming of technology, you even work in yourself. I think you have your own house as well. You design stuff now. So take me through a bit, like how does computer link in with art? Because nowadays, if you look at everything, you write a couple of words, it generates you a picture, right? So how has art transcended out of piece of paper to now computer? Has it changed, or is it still now? Like, do you feel that's real art?
That's a really, really tough question. I feel also it depends a lot on the audience. So let's say people here, the way they perceive art is still very much on a tangible aspect. We still don't have experiential art museums or anything like that. We still, I think our understanding still needs to reach a certain level. But for the outside world, it's a totally different ballgame. You have amphitheaters, you have full kind of screens that are projecting art, that are making you feel, experience art. You may have a room that's just full of wool or something, and you dive in, that's art, So I feel like it's a totally different. We're not even there with the tech yet, I feel, just speaking here in Meghalaya. But with the introduction of AI and all of that, I can only say, following from what I know, they never expected AI to come for the creative at the beginning. They always thought it would be more analytical, it would be solving mathematical problems in the first instance itself. But it actually is doing creative jobs much better. It's actually, as a designer, am I concerned that an AI would take my job? I think I might be a little bit. But it's like a tool, right? At least now, it's still a phase where it's a tool. Like back then, we didn't have software, so we designed a certain way. You do drawings manually, you do things manually. And then when Photoshop came in, when tools started coming in, design software, you adapt. So I think we still have to adapt now. Now that AI is here, we still have to be ahead of the curve and adapt and play along with it. I think that's kind of the trajectory where a lot of creators are doing. So if you're into design software, you're into Photoshop, Illustrator, into all of those things, you kind of have to integrate AI into your process to survive. It's kind of coming to that phase. But it's accelerating very, very fast, and even I can't say for sure what's going to happen next. I think even the experts can't say for sure, what's going to happen next. So it's a really interesting dynamic. It's a really interesting place that we're in our point of time as a civilization. It's scary, but at the same time it's exciting. It can go either which way. It's crazy.
I can agree with that. The amount of we don't know where we're going right now, because we're going in that transitional phase. I know that the transition phase for me was when Facebook came to the scene. I was in my class, I think my bachelor's that time, and the whole thing of when Facebook came, we were sort of in a loop kind of thing. We don't even know what's going on, and then when it comes to meeting people or even dating, quote unquote, it became so revolutionary, nowadays, right?
So weird.
Yeah, so weird, and I think art is going on the other side as well. So anyway, let me ask you this thing is what is your thought process when it comes to creating a certain kind of art, right? I know, it's easy to say, you go through things and emotionally you feel, okay, you have emotional trigger and you say, okay, I'm going to draw. But take step by step, if even people who are listening right now, and even everyone in the audience can take note and can even apply that, because you're not just a person who drew or who draws, and you even have credentials to support that. So take me just a bit of how do you take that first step, or that curiosity, or that spark to that, to go step by step to the finished production, you say?
So I like to think of myself as switching between two personas. So one is artist, one is designer. And there are two different approaches that you have to understand. As an artist, it's a lot about the self projecting out. And as a designer, it's a lot about what you observe, and then how you take that in and produce something. So let me explain with an example. If I were tapping into the artist persona, I would think, what is it I feel today? What is it I want to express? What is it that's coming to my mind? What is it I have around me that I can use, you know? So if I have the tea bags, I have something like, I feel like I want to be earthed, I want to be balanced. I'll choose a color palette, let's say colors that are earthy, that go with the tea bag. I'm very particular about what state of mind I'm in. So it's a lot of the self coming up. It's a lot of just me, and I put that out into the world. People cannot say it's bad, because I am the only one who can judge it and say if it's good or bad through my lens, right? The only good thing that comes out when you share with others is they can interpret it in a very different way, and that's the joy you get out of sharing it. Now, if I was a designer, I come here today, I'm like, okay, what do people need? What is the problem that I need to solve? Because being a designer is, you have set goals. I work in industrial design, which is primarily product design. So if I were to create a product, back in college, in fact, we worked with this National Association of the Blind. So that was in Mumbai. And our task was to design a product for them to be able to identify currency. Because the Indian currency is so bad, you cannot distinguish between one note and the other. If you go to other countries, the size differences are much, much more varied. So you can tell what is a, let's say, 10 rupee note or something like that. You can tell in other countries, Scandinavian countries are doing a very good job. The Indian currency is not like that. Ever since demonetization as well, it's become even more messed up. And apparently you have those symbols in the note that's supposed to be textured, and you can tell which note is which. No, the National Association of the Blind, the students there said, oh, we can't tell which one is which. So we were trying to develop very simple products for them. So we were divided into groups, each team kind of had a different direction. So we went with something that was very basic. It's almost like a stencil. So you have a stencil, and we did these exercises where we kind of blindfolded each other and tried to feel the notes, test our design. So in design, you have to test. You have to go to the person to test. If I were to design a product for PWD, if I just don't test it with the PWD, that product will not be accepted by anybody because it has to meet certain criteria. So I need to come to you, I need to test it with you, and get your feedback, and then redesign it if I need to, because with art you just do something, put it out, call it end of the day. But with design, if you come back and we call it an iterative process, because we just go out there and change it if necessary. So we had a really, that was also another full circle moment again. Full circle moment. So one of our team members, I think another team tried to work with tech. So something of, you put in the note and it's supposed to give you feedback through sound. So that was also another interesting thing, and then we got to see some of the tools that we were already using. So a lot of times in design you find, okay, I've come up with this idea and it's so new, but then in the minute you Google or Pinterest, you find someone has already done it. What? Coming from our culture, coming from a small place like this, you can embed certain things, further into it that differentiate it from anything else in the market. So that's why I'm saying, we're empowered with so much. You just need to connect things together. Design is all about observing. You take things from here, take things from there, connect it, what can it become? So it's really, that's the process. And I would specifically say, if you're an artist, you think this way, if you're a designer, you think this way.
Yeah, like that's so true, because the mindset of how to create art is such a thing where I feel it's very thought-provoking, but you have to be in the right mindset, right? So yeah, just to end this, this dream conversation that we're having about art, because am I an artist? I don't know. Okay.
You are a conversation is art. It's an art. You can't strike up conversation so easily with someone, a stranger.
Yeah.
So
Yes. Very qualified to be an art. Validation. Okay. I'm officially an artist now. Anyway, so I think I think the last thing I want to ask you is that, you know, what is the, because I even asked the panelists earlier, it's like, what are you going to give, like, you know, after everything is said and done, you have achieved what you have achieved, what are you going to give back to society? Like, you know, what is like giving back, right? That's one of the main things you're going to make an impact. So, what are the things that you're going to, you know, like, if everything you have achieved in life, what is the thing that you're going to give back to society, you want to make an impact on?
I think, like I said in the beginning, I'm very lucky to be in this creative space that's all about collaboration. There's rarely a project that I work on that involves just me. It's involving a lot of other stakeholders, it's involving a lot of other points of view, you know. So that's what I'm doing it today, and I hope long term it becomes even more in depth where I can just give back to someone through my work. I feel that's the cherry on the cake for me. If I wake up, I feel like I can contribute to someone's work, I can, you know, lift them up through what I'm doing, I can lift somebody up. I think there's no other kind of reward, you know. So I feel, yeah, I definitely have a long way to go, but I hope, you know, if I look back and somewhere down the line, that's definitely the goal.
Yeah. So I think since everything good must come to an end, I guess. So why don't you give like, maybe a kind of like you know, what do you want to say to the audience, especially to the audience as well, the live audience as well as people who are watching this. Say something that you have in mind that at least will give them the courage to take that first step off. Since we're here today about taking first steps, right? So just give anything you guys. Give shout out to your mom and dad as well, probably that'll be a good time.
So I would say we're celebrating abilities today. I think with that different ability that you have, because I feel like, you know, it's something that you can bring something so new that's unique to you. So think differently, think out of the box, celebrate your ability.
Anyway, so I think that's it for today. I guess, like I said, everything good. I think amazing was come to an end. So anyway, guys, if today was such a conversation that I think probably for all those art enthusiasts probably must be writing ahead now, must be going back to your canvas, going back to the drawing board and making something good. So that's very, very important. And yes, today, by the way, guys, I want to say, since I want to complete it today, and thanks for the word of encouragement, thank you for having the time, and actually thank you for giving us this platform, because this is one thing that we have broken the boundaries when it comes to podcasting. So that's, I want to say thank you to everyone who's here, especially in this forum, so especially for Empowerfest. I want to say thank you so much for everyone, thank you for watching, and yes, everything, if you want to know more about her, is everything in the description down below. So like I always say, every time in our podcast, is that grab your favorite beverage, and also remember, have a conversation with someone. Until next time, have a great evening ahead.
Okay. Thank you. Asli, Pak.